Hey guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to another song review. Today we're going to be checking out a live performance of Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. This is from 2004, specifically July 4th, 2004, from Buffalo, New York. And I saw an interview pop up on my feed with the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls, John Resnick, I believe his name is. And he talked about this performance and how just there was so much rain and that there were certain technical difficulties they were having and stuff like that. So I'll try to find an article or something I can read to you guys about that afterwards. But yeah, I do know this song. This was a big song when I don't even know when it came out. We'll look into that afterwards too. But when I was younger, and it honestly kind of makes me a bit sad. It's one of those songs that I love. It's such a good song, but I tend to skip it because it will make me cry sometimes. But I'm feeling emotionally strong today, so let's hope that doesn't happen. But let's check out this performance. Let's pop our headphones on, turn it up, and here we go. Just from the thumbnail alone,
You turn my guitar on.
you know it's going to be a great performance with all the rain.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now, 'cause all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. So when sooner or later it's over, I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know I am.
Imagine being in the crowd for this song. That'd be like a freaking movie.
And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. So when everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me.
Chills. This gives me chills. Man, that's crazy. Good. I know I'm quiet, but I'm just watching. Got the little droplets on the camera too. This is perfect. I know it could have been a disaster tech-wise, but
I want you guys to take this one home, all right?
it's a big crowd too.
And I don't wanna see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know I
Wow.
And I just want you to know I am. And I just want you to know I am. Yeah.
Man. So good.
You guys are the best. This is the best 4th of July ever. 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 Give yourself some love. You have no idea how much we love you. Good night. Thank you for sticking around.
So much rain. That's crazy. Doesn't look like it's raining right there, though. Maybe they're under something right there. We live to love Goo. What a performance, though, and what like I said, it's almost like a movie. Like that's the perfect song to listen to when you're getting drenched in the rain, and to have the Goo Goo Dolls performing it in that moment while that's happening, it seems too perfect. Actually, I see a video popped up. I was going to say something else, but I see a video popped up. It says the Goo Goo Dolls, Iris lyrics and meaning. This is from Genius. I wonder if we could watch it together. I don't know if it'll get blocked. If it gets blocked because of the video, you're going to see me scooched over and I'll read about it. But if not, hopefully we can watch this together. All right, let's learn together. Here we go.
When I meet people and they say, let me tell you my story about that song, it still moves me.
I don't think I've watched any of these kind of videos before. It's cool.
My manager, Pat, calls me. He's like, hey, Danny Bramson's doing the music supervision for this film called City of Angels. And he'd like you to come and see it and maybe write a song for the film. So I was watching it, and then there's one particular scene where they're like, we want you to write something for this scene. This guy is an angel, he's immortal. He's willing to give up that immortality because he's never felt. And he wants to see what it feels like to be a human. And he falls in love with this woman, but he has to make this leap. I just thought that was a beautiful thing.
I've never seen that movie.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. So right there, he's immortal, she's human, she doesn't know he's there, and he confesses his love to this woman who can't hear it, and he has to get over to the other side. 'Cause I know that you feel me somehow, when obviously she can't feel him, but she feels something there. There's kind of like an aura or whatever. You know, he's telling her, I'm gonna jump. I'm making the jump, and I'm gonna find you and be with you. You're the closest to heaven that I've ever been. He's an angel. He's been in heaven for eternity, but he sees her, and she's the closest thing to heaven. And he doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to go back to heaven. He wants to be human. He wants to be with her. Pretty strong emotions. And all I can taste is this moment. And all I can breathe is your life. And when sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. I'm not going to say he's obsessed with her, but, you know, because that's weird. This is where he's at. She is she's taken over his existence. And it hurts, you know? I mean, if you're gonna live and you're gonna be a human, it better hurt sometimes, because that's what leads to, you know, life being rich, life being meaningful. So this guy is trying to commit to making that leap, you know, into, and we've all done that. I mean, you know, we've all done that. We've all had to take the risk of, you know, asking someone out on a date and risking the rejection and the pain of that kind of thing. But he did it. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Where everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I think the hook of the song is, yeah, it's just easily relatable to, I mean, you know, like I got lucky. Like I'm not, you know, I can't underestimate a little bit of luck. I think we all want that, you know? I think we all want that. That's the whole point. It's just like, you know, if you're gonna write about something that everybody can relate to. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming.
I hope you guys are
Oh, the
enjoying this.
moment of truth in your lies.
I love this kind of stuff.
When everything feels like the movies. Yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. It's sort of about like living this life that's separate and isolated and not genuine. Even when you're immortal and all that other stuff, he still didn't feel complete. And I think it's the flaws in life that makes it beautiful, you know? Like the flaws, it's like, can I find some beauty in these flaws? Because there is, and it's the kind of beauty that isn't done with good lighting and that kind of thing. It's something visceral or humbling in a way, and it could kill you. Nice thought. One of the main reasons that I wanted to do the song for the film, I was really, really excited to get it on the soundtrack, was because U2 and Peter Gabriel and Alanis Morissette, you know, and amongst others, were on this album. I'm like, I just want to get slotted in there so I can be on the same album as these icons. And it's weird because we turned out to be the dark horse and won that race. My favorite part of the song is the slide guitar solo, which I wanted to play. We were lucky enough to work with a guy named Tim Pierce. When I did it, it sounded like a bunch of cats fighting. And when he did it, it was just this gorgeous, lush thing, you know?
Interesting. So I have never seen that movie before. What was, I even forget the name of it. Angels, City of Angels. My mind, you know. So it's interesting because when he was talking about it at first, I was like, okay, this is about somebody that's an angel and somehow had a relationship with a person here on earth. And then they had to make a decision. But from how he explained it, it's somehow they don't even know each other, which makes it even more interesting and a little confusing, if I'm being honest. I really need to watch the movie. Maybe that'll be the next movie I watch, because I'm a sucker for a good romance movie. And that's another thing. I don't really like a lot of mushy, like lovey songs. But I feel like this is just about, you know, just really wanting that and wanting something that's real and just something in the moment and just a feeling and not wanting. And it's interesting too that he says it's about somebody that is becoming, well, he would have to become, I guess, human, right? He has to make that decision. And that relationship and that feeling is going to end eventually, where if you're an angel and you're immortal, you know, you might never feel anything like that, but you'll exist forever. So that's an interesting question, because I feel like a lot of people could probably relate to it in a way where I assume a lot of people go to this with a relationship and, everybody wants things to feel perfect and like, this is the thing I've always wanted. This is the thing I've hoped for. And you have it and you don't want to lose it. If you have it, you don't want to lose it. And if you're human, you know that in some way, shape, or form that is temporary. And that's what makes me sad. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's, a connection with anybody else, everything is temporary. And I feel like this song just kind of, I know I'm yapping a lot, but this song just kind of talks about just wanting to have a grip on that and wanting to not let it go. And that's usually where I cry and I turn it off because I'm like, I can't handle this. But I didn't cry. I felt close a couple times, but I did not cry for this video. So I'm gonna scooch over and we're gonna talk about the technical difficulties that went on during this performance. So this is an article that kind of talks about the video I watched as well. So I'll link this below and the video with the interview just in case you want to check that out. But it says here, okay, this is on the Zach Sang show. It says they were initially asked about the Iris performance, which quickly became a fan favorite as they performed the stripped back rendition in the pouring rain. But instead of focusing on the performance itself, Resnick turned the conversation to Buffalo infrastructure. However, there was an important point to it. When asked what they remembered from that night, Resnick recalled there were manhole covers blowing up at the end of the night. There was so much rain, it was tearing wires and sewer covers, and the gas was exploding. Manholes were flipping about 10 feet in the air. It was crazy. That's crazy. That is, could you imagine? Could you imagine going to a show where things were just like flying off? Like, those are heavy, heavy manhole covers. Like, I don't know. I guess I kind of romanticized the performance and we didn't see any of that. So who knew? But Resnick said, okay, this is really inside baseball plumbing, prefacing the niche hometown knowledge he was about to drop. But Buffalo is a very old city and they have something that's called a combination sewer. It does not only carry wastewater, but it also carries the shit out. So you have all this methane inside these sewer pipes. So much water filled up the sewer that it concentrated the methane gas at the top where there was air. So it was mostly methane. And there was a spark inside because they also run electrical wires through these sewer pipes. That sounds like a bad idea. There was a spark and it ignited all the methane and boom, 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 all these sewer manhole covers flying in the air. And you're like, what the hell is that? It was insane. It was like a Kiss concert. The water was up around people's knees in front of the stage because of the rain. And that was above ground. But nobody got electrocuted that we know of, oddly enough. And we're just standing up there and we're like, oh my God, it's just these massive tangles of wires to run the lights and the PA. We're just like, could 50,000 people really get electrocuted all at once? Yeah, that's a terrifying thought. The Goo Goo Dolls ended up pausing the show to assess the risk that the entire crowd could be electrocuted simultaneously. Obviously, wanted to avoid that. Resnick explained that they had to run to the library to research this because there was no Google. There was, in fact, Google in 2004, but not in the computer in our pocket way of today. You ask someone who allegedly knows and you go, fine, I have plausible deniability, let's go. Luckily, there wasn't any lightning. That was an unbelievable rainstorm, but if there was any lightning, they would have made us stop. Yeah, that's usually how it goes with shows. But I mean, aside from the manhole covers flying off, which I kind of wish somebody would have got on video, that would be that'd be something to see. It looked like a crazy performance to be a part of. I mean, I'm sure it was, and I wonder if all those people knew that they were at any kind of electrical risk if they were standing in the water with wires. Like, yeah, maybe it's not as a movie like as I thought, but very interesting story and just a crazy, I mean, from fans perspective and from the artist perspective, like that's a huge and memorable, like so memorable of a performance. I think it'd be hard to top that. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think of all this. Let me know what you think of the song. If you knew that it was just the soundtrack, it was just on the soundtrack to the movie. I thought it might have had some like deeper meaning to him personally, but apparently it was just for a movie. But it seems like a lot of people use this song. I feel like, at weddings, at funerals, in all kinds of situations. So if you want, you can let me know what it means to you and what you think of. I actually let me look up the year and then we will end this because this is long. It says 30 minutes. I've had it recording. I'm sorry. 1998. So I was 9, 8 or 9 at the time, depending on when it came out exactly. But yeah, 9-year-old Nikki was listening to Hanson. That was her big band at the time, but this was obviously in the rotation of, bop and stuff like that. So I definitely heard it and I knew it was a big song at the time. And yeah, I just wanted to check out this performance. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I will stop my yapping for now because, like I said, this video is probably going to be longer than average, but that's okay. As always, thank you guys so much for watching along with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.